Oh, hey there. I was just making the tallest Lego tower I possibly could, because I have absolutely no creativity or imagination whatsoever. Even though I couldn't create anything to save my life, I still loved getting Legos as a kid, as I'm sure many of you guys did as well. Except when I got those damn Mega Blocks. The pieces would never freaking fit together right! Oh hey. Anyways, Legos and video games were two of my favorite things back as a child. You can't even imagine my excitement when I found out back then that there was a video game solely based off of Legos.
Lego Island was one of my favorite games growing up. It was the first open world style game I'd ever played, and it was actually the first Lego game ever made as well. Seeing two of my favorite hobbies combined into one was amazing. Lego Island wasn't the only Lego game I played though. I also remember playing a lot of Lego Racers as well as Lego Rock Raiders. Lego Island is by far the most memorable of the bunch for me though, and definitely the one I have the most nostalgia for. I still love Legos now, but my interest has been slowly diminishing over time.
Now, I haven't really played any of the recent Lego games by TT Games, as they really didn't interest me much. I thought they kind of looked like they were made for a younger audience. But something about Lego City Undercover really made me want to play it. It gave me that Lego itch that I haven't felt since I played Lego Island many years ago.
Lego City Undercover is the first Lego title developed by Traveler's Tales that doesn't use a movie or comic book license. This is a completely original game based off of the Lego City line of playsets. I kinda like to think of this game as sort of a spiritual sequel to Lego Island, as Lego City also takes place in an open world. While the city may not be as large as cities in other open world games, it's still quite substantial, with areas that resemble New York, San Francisco, and even Miami. The story revolves around Chase McCain, a cop who you play as that has been brought into Lego City to capture the escaped convict Rex Fury. Without spoiling anything, let's just say a lot happens along the way to make for a very interesting adventure. Like most open world games, gameplay is mission-based. These missions many times take place in more confined areas where you'll be tasked with multiple objectives, and the story progresses through these missions. The open world is sort of there as a playground, and there are tons and tons of collectibles. No, seriously, there are a lot. If you're a completionist, you have your work cut out for you. You'll be collecting different outfits, gold bricks, red bricks, thousands and thousands of those shiny Lego studs that are freaking everywhere, and that's not even scratching the surface. There are even Nintendo-related Easter eggs to find, which is cool, seeing as how this is a Wii U exclusive. You also have over 100 different vehicles to unlock throughout the game. You can even ride a damn dinosaur. Dinosaur! Needless to say, there's a lot to do. Some of the more important collectibles, if you want to call them that, are the super builds you make throughout Lego City. You can create these super builds with bricks you obtain by destroying everything in your path. Chase can be a real dick sometimes. You can also collect super bricks that are scattered around Lego City that greatly increase your brick count. Sometimes, you may not even be able to progress through the story without creating one of these super builds, and it's just really cool to see how these super builds form once you collect enough bricks to build them.
While the missions are fun and collecting stuff can be super addicting, my favorite part about Lego City is the pure charm that it has. As I mentioned earlier, this is the first Lego game by Traveler's Tales that doesn't use an existing license, so they had to make an original cast of characters to work around, and they did an absolutely fantastic job.
The voice work in Lego City Undercover is fantastic. Each character has their own personality, and all of the performances combine for a genuinely funny game.
You have done well. Take this belt with you as a sign of your skill.
I can't accept this, Barry.
Why? Oh, hello.
The music also really adds to that feeling of an old cop show the game has, and there are also tons of movie references from Titanic to The Shawshank Redemption to The Matrix. It's really hard not to smile when playing Lego City. I do think Traveler's Tales missed a great opportunity to reference Kung Pao Enter the Fist though. It would have been perfect with the game being on the Wii U and all. I also really enjoy the look of the game. While there are some frame rate issues and it could honestly look better technically, I love the way all the Lego style structures and environments fit into the world. As I said, the game is just so charming. There's a lot of stuff to like about Lego City Undercover, but there's also a few problems as well, one of which is quite major. First of all, I think there was a huge missed opportunity to add some actual building mechanics for customizable vehicles or something. Even Lego Island and Lego Racers had customizable vehicles.
Why not just make everything customizable? It's a freaking Lego game, right? Let me build my beautiful skyscraper.
Another problem I have is with the platforming and the combat of the game. Platforming feels fairly floaty and doesn't feel great all the time, and the combat is overly simplistic. The biggest problem by far, though, is the loading times, especially when you first start the game.
Holy crap, it's finally done loading. Let's start this game up. Well, at least once you get into the game, you don't have to worry that much about load. God damn it!
The loading is a major problem that really hampers some of the experience. While it's not a game-breaking flaw, and it's honestly not that bad once you start playing, if you don't go into the police station that is, it still slows down the pace of the game. It's very unfortunate that TT Games couldn't somehow iron out the loading times. It's probably also worth mentioning that LEGO City doesn't have any co-op play, which is seemingly a staple in recent LEGO titles. For me, it wasn't a huge issue, but I could see why it would be a problem for others. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the gamepad functionality. You'll use the gamepad as a map, a scanner, and also as a radio to talk to others throughout the game, as well as secretly listen to other people's conversations. It's nothing huge, but it adds a little bit to the experience.
Other than the horrible loading issues, LEGO City Undercover is an absolutely charming and fun game that the Wii U desperately needed. It's really a great game for all audiences, but I'm not so sure about that E rating. The game will take you quite a while to complete, and there's almost an endless amount of stuff to collect. This may be a quite controversial opinion, but I actually enjoyed this game more than some of the GTA games I've played recently. It's really refreshing to have an open world game that doesn't take itself too seriously and doesn't need to resort to violence for it to be fun. Well, I guess Saints Row 3 didn't take itself seriously at all, but it still resorted to some violence. If you're a Wii U owner looking for something, anything to pick up, you really can't go wrong with LEGO City Undercover.